Good morning, GRS. I'm Mrs. Maulding, one of your school librarians, and I wanted to give you a tour of what your library upstairs looks like since you can't all be here. So we're going to start with all of our new books. So these are all of our new fiction books that we have that have been recently come to us since the school year last year. And so these are all titles of books that you might be interested in reading that are brand new. So when you're searching, you can search by publication date online, 2019 or earlier or later, and you can see all of the new books we have. And down here we have all of our new graphic novel books, and we have all of our new nonfiction books. Another collection that we have are our eyewitness books. So if you are interested in reading a book about the ocean, you can pick a book about the ocean and it's going to tell you all of the things you ever want to know about what's happening in the ocean. So these are very specific books about specific things if you like those types of books. Huge collection of graphic novels. Those are very popular at GRS. We've got all of the Maximum Ride ones. We've got lots of the Bad Guys books and a whole bunch of other ones. These are our actors and performers. If you're interested in learning about Tina Fey or any of your actors and performers, they are here. We have musicians and artists in this section over here, and our authors and literary figures over here. We've got all of our world leaders, so these are presidents. If you want to learn about President Kennedy, we've got books on him. And then below that are all of our sports heroes and our legends. This is a very popular section. We also have inspirational stories. If you're not sure and you're kind of in a down mood, this is a good section to choose from. We are now in the nonfiction section. So the nonfiction section goes in order by call number, and the call number is the numbers that are on the book right here. And this section of nonfiction are books that are about real things. So they're all learning about planets. You can go into the 500 section and you can read all about Venus. And so these books are fantastic because they will give you all of the information that you need to know about Venus, and they're pretty. They show good pictures. So if you have a science project that you're working on, you need to learn about a specific planet or something in space, you would go to this section right here. If you are interested in nature, plants and flowers and trees, and you want to learn more about wildflowers, let's say, you could go into this section and pick out wildflowers. So when you're searching, you would search online by genre, and you could just type in plants, and all of these books would come up, and you can see all of the different types of plant books that we have. We also have books on farming. So if you live on a farm or you're interested in being a farmer one day, these are all books that would tell you about that. There is a whole section on superheroes. So people are surprised to find out that superheroes are in the nonfiction section. This looks like a big book, but this is the ultimate encyclopedia of comic book icons. So this is going to tell you about every single comic book icon. And so if you are really into comic books or graphic novels and you want to learn more about how they came to be, this would be a good book for you to check. Arts and crafts, if you're into artists, if you want to go to the Art Institute in Chicago and you see a painting by Monet that you really love and you want to learn more about Monet, we've got books on Monet, so you could do that. Sports are obviously very popular, so we have tons of books if you want to learn ballet. If you want to learn about basketball, also in this section, we've got football. So every sport you can think of. Tennis is in here. The Olympics are in here, all in this section right here, which is the 790 section. And then we move into vehicles. So if you're into racing cars, monster trucks, if you want to learn all about monster trucks, this would be a good book for you to check out. If you're into NASCAR, that would be in this section right here. So these are all books that are true. So if you're into NASCAR and you want to learn about the Brickyard 400, we've got a book that will tell you all about the Brickyard 400. So this is going to be in our nonfiction section. So right here it tells you all about how the track for the Brickyard Indianapolis Motor Speedway was designed. So if you want to learn about the Renaissance people, or there's more presidents, if you want to learn about the White House, that's going to be in this section. If you are into traveling, you could search by country. So let's say you want to learn more about Vietnam. You could read a book that's going to tell you a whole bunch of stuff. Here's the history of the War of Vietnam. In this section here, we have all of our autobiographies and our biographies. This is our history maker section. So if you're interested in learning about a specific person, this is where you would go. So if you want to know all about Jane Goodall, who is an amazing person, you could go in this section. We also have books about Gandhi here. Who else is in here? Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein. Over here we have our war, which is fiction and nonfiction books. So if you are interested in anything war related, this is the section you're going to go to. The fiction are on top. So we've got all of the Gratz books in, and the Lynch books are here. And then if you're wanting the nonfiction books, you're wanting to learn specifically about the Civil War, World War II, those are going to be in this section over here. If you want to learn about drawing, we have all of our drawing books in here, and our I Spy books are also very popular. All of our paperback books are here. And then this is our Dear America section, which are fiction history books. We've got all of the Harry Potter books, 39 clues. We have all of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid and 2 to 3 copies of each one. You can see most of them are already checked out. These are all of our I Survive books. We have our Guinness Book of World Records down here, and all of our Star Wars books over here. So it's in alphabetical order by author's last name. So we start with the A here. So we've got Anderson, who wrote Speak, that are all checked out at the moment, is up here, goes down all the way over. Another popular set of books are these Cameron books, A Dog's Purpose. Lots of kids like to check out these books. So we've got this whole collection of their books. And we have the Collins books that are very popular. Also the Cooney books, Face on a Milk Carton, it's checked out, but this is the rest of her books over here. And then the Sarah Dessen books are very popular, if you like those books. Now these are YA, so if you're in 5th grade, you have to make sure that you have a YA permission slip to check out any of the books that are young adult books. All of our Flanagan books are up here. He is an adventure and fiction writer. The I Spy books are a lot of fun. Everybody likes to read these. These are good for 5th graders. These are mystery novels. If you're into sports, John Green is a really great sports writer, so these are all John Green books. On this side starts our authors by H. Haddix is a really popular science fiction fantasy writer, so we've got a whole bunch of Haddix books. They go all the way to here. And then if you like scary books, Han is a great author for scary books. The Girl in the Locked Room is a ghost story book. Hello Universe is a Newbery Award winning book. We have a whole bunch of Gordon Corman books all right in this section. These are really fun books. Some of them are funny. You can see he's got a funny dog in them. Lore books here, The Fate of 10. These are young adult science fiction books. Again, if you like sports, Lupika is a great author. He's the one that wrote QB1. So these are all the Lupika books here, and then they also go all the way down to here. So he writes about sports. So Strike Zone is about baseball, and he writes about basketball, Travel Team. So those are all of our Lupika books. If you are into Twilight, if you haven't read the books, we have them. If you've seen the movie, you should read the books. They're a little bit different and they're really good. James Patterson is super popular. So this is James Patterson. He's the middle school writer. So we have all the middle school books. So I Even Funnier, and these are all really, really funny books by James Patterson. And he goes all the way down to here. So we have House of Robots down here and I Funny. So if you're looking for a book to make you laugh, this would be one of the authors you want to go to. He also is the writer of all of the Maximum Ride books. So we have all the Maximum Ride books in this section here. Same author, a little bit more serious. If you're into horror and suspense books, this author is extremely popular. These are all the Cirque du Freak books by Darren Shan. So those are all in this section up here. If you are able to read YA books, the Pretty Little Liar books by Shepard, people like to read. And then we've got the Schusterman, which is another horror. These are not technically a graphic novel, but they're kind of written like a comic. These are great 5th grade reading level. These are by Tom Watson, the Stick Dog books and Stick Cat books. So these are just a fun read. They look like notebook paper and just like he drew right on it. So those are Stick Dog and Stick Cat books. Sarah Weeks is a fun author. So we've got Pie, Honey, Cheese, and then she keeps going with her other books here. So these are really fun books to read. I have not read Honey, but I heard it's really great.